So I actually went on a site. There's so many different options out there. So I know you're doing appointments with people and everything. Obviously, we're friends, so I couldn't come to you. Otherwise, girl, I would have came right to you. But let's talk a little bit about all the resources that are out there. How can people find really great therapists? And also, by the way, I want to just point out that for me, when I plugged in what I wanted a woman, I wanted someone Black, and I wanted someone who was experienced in grief counseling. Because
there we go.
For me, I wanted someone who could connect on a cultural level, and I wouldn't have to spend, valuable minutes explaining why it's upsetting that Smee can't have a home going.
Right.
You know what I mean?
When you say, I want to love like Will and Jada, you need her to know who Will and Jada is.
Right. Exactly. So let's talk a little bit about how people can actually seek out therapists.
Right. And I think you hit the nail on the head. The first thing that you have to do is you have to be willing to interview us. I always tell everybody the first person that you come across is likely not going to be your therapist. So you need to be clear on who you're going to be comfortable talking to. Do you want a man or a woman? Do you want someone who speaks English or Spanish or Arabic or Italian? Do you want somebody who has a particular religious denomination, a particular marital status or child status? Because it all depends on what it is that you're coming to work on. And we are your tool. It is not going to hurt our feelings at all if you come into a session and go, you know what, this just doesn't work for me, because we're here for you and we will actually work to help you find just the right person for you. So first and foremost, you have to be clear on what it is that you're coming in to at least start working on, and then you'll go all over the place from there. But once you find the right person,
all over the place.
Oh, yes, right. Because, see, the thing that leads us to therapy is not really what we actually need to do the work on. That's just it's the tip of the iceberg. And the biggest part of the iceberg is always underneath the surface. So, but that's the thing that brings you in, and then you're free to go wherever the journey leads you. And so what I tell folks is that if you're looking for somebody, first and foremost, never let money be the reason why you don't go and see somebody. If you are working, you can utilize your insurance benefits. So many people forget that they have mental health benefits even associated with their insurance. They go to the doctor every year, but they never go and see a therapist, not even once. So you can utilize your insurance benefits if you're still employed. If you're also employed, you can look at your what's called EAP benefits, and EAP stands for Employee Assistance Program. You just talk to your supervisor or your HR person and say, hey, I want to access my EAP benefits to find a good counselor. And they will literally help you find referrals, and they cover the cost of a certain number of sessions. It's usually between like 3 and 10, and then if you need more, then they'll kind of reauthorize or re-up you to be able to work with that person. The other thing is self-pay, sliding fee scale, pro bono. I can't tell you, most therapists I know, self-included, we all have a certain number of pro bono slots that we will utilize for individuals who are in a situation where they can't afford to pay for services. And then you have really great organizations and foundations out there, like, for example, Taraji P. Henson's foundation, the Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation, that's what it is. They're actually paying for 5 free sessions with a therapist. They will cover the cost for you to have 5 therapy sessions with a therapist that you choose. And so what I want folks to know is that if you want the help, it is out there, whether it's community programs right down the street from you, whether it's the health department. Us therapists are here. We are working telemental health. You can literally do it from your computer, from your cell phone, from the very device that you're probably listening to us talk right now. You could be meeting with a therapist before the day's end if you really want to.